Very zen version. Probably got like 2 more rows.
Okay, so we're at a hostel and we just weighed our packs and we resupplied, so we have food. I didn't have like full water in my pack, but my pack weighs 35 pounds. Wrong way, how about you?
28.
He's ultralight. We don't talk about that. I want to be him. J Wolf, how much does your pack weigh?
I am at 52 pounds. And I don't feel ashamed about it whatsoever.
And this man took out like 9 dinners like a little bit ago. And he's like, I'm gonna lighten my load.
So I would have been at 50, 60 pounds had I not.
Cannot even understand. Groundhogs, your weight?
40.
And cheers to that. It's your girl Rocket with Groundhog on Trail, J Wolf, and wrong way? Question mark? And we are hiking into, we're looking at a chipmunk. We are hiking into the town of Hot Springs. We're literally walking across the road and the AT goes along the sidewalk. Also, we stayed at an Airbnb up that road the other day. In my hand is extra food, which we're gonna send to the next town. And here is the AT. It goes right through the sidewalk, right through the town. See you later. Bye. Rock it out. Okay, we're literally hiking on the AT right now. Isn't that so crazy?
Weird.
This is so weird. I'm carrying my groceries. There's Groundhog hiking on the AT. Wait, that's so smart.
Hike Groundhog.
Wait, I'm yellow blazing. Let me back on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk.
Some of us are getting burgers. I'm getting a salad. And then we're gonna hike like 8 miles and stealth camp at a fire tower. And we're gonna get up for sunrise. Hopefully. That's where we ate breakfast this morning. This is a tree. After hiking through town, we stopped off at the post office. Groundhog got a new shirt, his Pisgah shirt. We got some lunch, and Mr. Hog found me a little bit of luck outside of the restaurant. Then we continued on. Okay, sorry for the wheezing. I'm back to hiking. This is what's above me. That's what's behind me. This is what's below me. I started down at the river 20 minutes ago. Bro, I am dead. Look at these mountains. There's a solar farm right there. The power went out. That powered the town for about 4 hours. That's the town of Hot Springs. We got stuck there for 6 days in the town vortex. Non-consecutive, but we gotta go. Too much time in town. Back to the woods for us. Here we go. Oh man. Oh, this is so steep. Nah, because the rocks are just straight up. Literally. Okay, bye. Here, drink up that filtered water. Wow! Oh, it's murky.
No, I'm just taking pictures.
think we're gonna hit 300 miles today, guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are we at?
Let me check.
I thought this was the second to last photo.
No, it's cute.
The last video.
Land on groundhog.
And the last photo that I was going to take on trail.
While you're crying. Not to laugh at you, but I'm laughing with you.
Although we're laughing, at this moment we knew something was really wrong. For some reason this day we decided to hike together after lunch, which we never did. And I was hiking in front and I rolled my ankle off like the side of the trail. I don't know how else to describe it. And there was a loud popping noise and my pack like propelled me forward down the hill. And Josh, full-grown country boy, his face was white as a sheet and we were kind of in a panic. We weren't sure what to do. It definitely seemed like my ankle was broken. I couldn't really look at it because I thought there were like bones sticking out. It was super freaky and weird, and I asked him to take a picture because I thought my hike was over. And the only thing I kept saying was, "Don't make me go home. I can't go home."
Hi. So present day Rocket is going to pick up this story because there's not a lot of pictures and videos after those ones where we're laughing. So basically what happened was, I look at it, I don't see any bones. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna leave this tied, I'm gonna get to the gap. We had been hearing that there was trail magic, so we were like, hopefully there is a trail angel who can drive me to an ER or an urgent care so I can get my ankle checked out. So we're like, we need to make it 2.7 miles to Allen Gap. Wrong Way takes my pack, which his pack and my pack together weighed 66 pounds at the time. And he proceeds to hike for the next 2.7 miles with his pack on his back and my pack on his head. Bonkers. So I don't have a pack, Josh has Groundhog, has his pack on, and Groundhog just puts his hand on my back and pushes me up and over every step, every mountain for the next 2.7 miles. And it was not flat, like we were still ascending and then descending and then ascending a little thing and then descending a little thing. We were actively hiking for 2.7 more miles. We get to the gap, and Wrong Way's there waiting for us, and we're like, hey, where's the trail angel? And he's like, there is no trail angel. The trail magic was a case of Bud Light. And I was like, well then give me a Bud Light, because I was stressing and in a lot of pain at this point. And he's like, it's empty. So the trail magic was a bust. It was an empty case of Bud Light. And so at this point I'm like, I don't know what we're gonna do. And Wrong Way had a cruise he needed to get off trail for shortly. So he was like, I have to keep going. And we were like, no, totally understand. Groundhog decided to stay with me, which blew my mind at the time. And Wrong Way left. Groundhog and I hung out at the road, and eventually a guy on a motorcycle stopped and he was like, are you guys thru-hikers? And we start chatting. He's from New York. He can tell something's wrong with me. I tell him what happened. He's like, hey, if you're still here tomorrow when I go by for work, I'll call my wife and she will come get you. Because I forgot to mention, there's no cell phone service at this spot. So he gives us the rest of his lunch from that day. So we're drinking, I think it was an Arizona iced tea, a yogurt, just munching down. I met some new hikers that day. They're trying to talk to me. They'd heard about me, heard I was friendly. I was ghastly. I'm so sorry to Turtle Tracks and everyone I met that day. If I could go back, I'm so sorry. I'd be way more friendly. Groundhog and I are like, we don't know what to do. At this point, I'm actively thinking that my hike is over, and I just don't know at which point to call it. Because I think that when I go into town and get my ankle checked out, they're like, it's a fracture, it's done, you're done, go home. Literally all I hear in the back of my brain is, don't make me go home. I can't go home. I have a loving family, they're awesome, they're amazing. I have just wanted this for so long. I can't fathom it being over. I can't fathom letting the dream go. So Groundhog and I hike like a quarter mile up and we set up camp. And we're sitting there and I'm in so much pain, like so much pain. And I hear, yee yee! And I'm like, no way. I'm like, Groundhog, did you hear that? Someone just yee-yeed. And he's like, no, there's no one around here that would yee-yee. Wrong Way went ahead, he's hiking on, and everyone else is gone. And I'm like, no, I swear I heard it. Can you go down and check? So he hikes down, and at that moment, Wrong Way was hiking up. He had hiked all the way ahead to the Southern Cookie Lady. gotten a ride from her, picked up cookies, ice, and they came to get me to offer to drive me to the hospital that night. And Groundhog and I packed up camp. I put my pack on my back and we went. Southern Cookie Lady was awesome. She was like, we're stopping at Wendy's because that wait is gonna be long at that hospital. So we got Wendy's, we went in. In the process, I threw away like my third spork of the trail. Crazy. And I just waited and waited. I saw a nurse practitioner, and then finally Dr. Utah. Yes, that was his name. And every person who looked at my ankle was like, oh, ooh, ah, oh, gosh, oh. I was like, please, please stop doing that because I am already freaking out. It's not helping. I am wearing my pack. I'm wearing my 35-pound pack through this emergency room, and I smell bad and I am dirty, and I'll never forget how that felt. Just like, whoa, you go back from hiker to real world real fast, and then you just don't fit in the real world. And Groundhog stayed with me the whole time, and I finally got my x-ray results back, and they were like, it's not broken. And I was so shocked at the time. I just like couldn't believe it, because in my head I had already like decided I was going home. I was already thinking about the email I would send to my former boss asking for my job back. Like, I had completely given up. And they told me I was gonna be on crutches. They said 3 to 4 weeks would be ideal. And I was like, I don't have 3 to 4 weeks. What's the minimum I can do? And they said, can you do 2 weeks? And I said, how about 1 week? And they were like, girl, do you want this to heal or not? And I was like, what if I get one of those really tight lace-up braces? And they were like, I mean, take a week, use the crutches, literally stay off of it, don't walk on it at all, and use the brace when you're done and see how it goes. It might not last. That was just enough hope to get me through that night. So Groundhog and I booked a hotel, and on crutches I crutched up a lawn hill, and we crutched across a 6-lane highway and went to the Walgreens, and some guy heard us talking and was like, can I drive you guys back to your hotel? And we were like, yes, thank you. And then we went to bed, and I didn't know if that was the end. And I desperately did not want it to be the end. And I just remember falling asleep that night thinking, I can't go home. I just knew it was not time yet. Show them the highway.
Oh, yeah. We gotta go up that one, too.
Show them where the hospital was.
Hospital's right there. There's the emergency room.
Things are going great. Oh, they're just singing. There's a heron. It's my favorite bird. No way.